Alrighty, guys, it's time for this week's budget review. And since we've rolled in from January to February, we're going to get a little bit of what went on as the month as a whole as well. So let's get into all of this. That's my color code chart there, so we're not even going to pay any attention to that. um. Okay, so what Hemlock and Oak did for this year is they went straight into this 1 year at a glance page. I call it my dashboard, and basically anything that happens budget-wise within the year goes on to this page here. So again, nothing really exciting happening here. Nothing's like really happened for the year other than me spending money. So the more that the more accounts I start paying off, or when I start paying the taxes and that stuff, that's when this page is really going to come in handy. So we're just not even going to waste any times on that, guys. I feel like I've went over these pages enough, so if nothing happened on them, we're just going right past them. What I did is, again, last year they had a 2 years at a glance page. They removed it for this year, so I had to do an insert myself. But this page seems to be like one of my most valuable pages here. So what I do is I use stebit.com. If you're using the phone app, it's the Debt Payoff Planner app. And what you do is you plug in all of your accounts, all of your debts, and it gives you like a runoff payment plan. And these would be my projected payoff dates for the accounts. So I just write them under the month. And then as I'm focusing on them and as I'm paying them off, I just highlight the week. And then this way it kind of gives me a feel of how long it's going to take me to pay off each account. So far, I mean, we're still on Capital Q, but we're still before the due date. So, or the projected payoff date. I mean, we've been hitting the due dates. So that's the progress that we're making there. I would have loved to get that thing paid off last month, but I'm really feeling pretty good about it for this month, even though this week wasn't that hot, which we will see here in a moment. But I'm really thinking either next week or the week after it's going to be done. Okay, another thing that I did add in is my savings pages. Again, last year's main difficulty was the wants versus needs, so that's why I have them separated as so, but I have not added anything into this yet, so it is what it is. I am mainly focused on paying off the debts. We will get to those when I feel more comfortable. Of course, another one of my goals is to renew my car. Okay, it's not going to be purchasing a brand new car, but like just updating the thing, because right now the car that I'm driving is like a bomb on wheels. So trying to work on this car loan at the same time. So I mean, we have a lot of things going on here in the budget. Again, this is like future dreaming. If everything else goes well, then we can move on to this type of stuff. But again, if nothing happens to it, I'm not wasting any time in this video, guys. And then for those of you who watch me more frequently here, I think you can tell that I am a little under the weather, so that's why I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible, because I don't know when the coughing fit is going to start again. So I do have to try to make sure that I don't laugh, which is very difficult for me. So, we did Detris last year. I brought Detris back for this year. I did manage to get all of the bottom row filled in. I'm not quite sure with the whole lighting, if you can see, but I did shade in the blocks that I want to try to accomplish to fill in for February. So it's just kind of like a little bit of a visual motivation. Again, I'm doing the snowball method of paying off my debts, so they are listed from least to greatest. And that any time, like at the end of the month, I will calculate how much I have paid off towards my debts. So for January, I did reach 957 paid off. So that's where I got all my little blocks from. And okay, so that's the end of January. I feel like we did the end of January last week. I really would have only had Netflix and Hulu left to go, so I mean, basically everybody else is paid. They're done. So to me, January is said and done, but that's the calendar whenever it's completed. And that gets us into the daily pages. And I do think I'm going to take a quick break right here, guys, just to get another sip of water and just to refresh my body before we continue with the daily pages. Alrighty, guys. I apologize for these breaks, but again, I am definitely under the weather and I'm winded. So, this cough cold is definitely taking it out of me this week. I really hope that it's not here again next week. So, when I would have left Jins off, it would have been last Sunday. And again, like I was just feeling really stressed, really anxious about coming on and doing this. And then I got the great idea of, I was like, holy cow, I could pay the additional 200 on the card, the focus card, which then would leave me to be able to reach this goal here. So this is that stebit.com payoff plan that I was talking about. So I do try my best to stick with this. Because again, the more I stick with this, the closer I am to getting to the goal. So that's the main focus here, is getting all these accounts paid off. So I did really good last month. I actually stayed on task, and that's our goal for February as well. Is like I said, I know Quicksilver is going to get paid off for this month, so hopefully we can say goodbye to that, and then we'll be moving on to the chase. So that was the wonderful thing that happened last week, is I made like literally a $255 payment onto my Focus account whenever I thought that I couldn't. So that was kind of nice. And again, moving into Monday, this is when I realized that I only needed $5 more. And I was like, why not? It's $5. Like, just do it. So yeah, we got that taken care of. That moves us into Tuesday and Wednesday. Granted, I do an end of the month review up here on the last day. I do a mid-month on the 15th. And this year, I just wanted to take it a little step further because, yes, I have these numbers in the middle of each month and at the end of each month. And I have been tracking to see, like, okay, so I got 13% of my money's going into savings. It did increase from the middle of the month. I have a 75% of what I'm making I spend. That did actually decrease in the middle of the month. Is when I realized, I was like, holy cow, man, like, you're spending a lot of money. So I was like, let's taper that off. So I did get it to decrease. And the paying off, amazingly, even though I did the $255 payment, it still decreased as well. So, in one weird way, like, I still want this to increase. Like, I would rather have this increase than the savings increase, but then again, I need the savings because they do save my butt. So, I don't know. I guess that's like a catch-22 there. The main one would be that the spending needs to decrease. So, what I chose to do differently this year is, let's see here, let's get them so that you can see, is Hemlock and Oak was having that great sale that I was telling you about. And yes, I was a sucker for it, but I've been intrigued by these, and with the free shipping, you know what, I was like, okay, I'll do it. So they have these wonderful little sticky note pads that are like weeklies. So what I've been doing with these is the thing that I said I would never do, is I've been just using the sticky notes as the week goes on, and I'll just write the category of what it was and what I spent, because they have them in the days, see, like they're cute little days. And I love the grid lines. I'm a sucker for the grid lines. So at the end of every week, I just stuck the thing back here, and I also picked up one of their notepads, And what I did is at the end of the month, I just recategorized all of these categories into like larger categories, larger labels. So, I mean, yeah, I do want to know how much I have with rent, but I mean, pretty much rent's not changing. The utilities are gonna change. The subscriptions, again, those are those things that you don't really pay attention to. But I was just curious to see um, how much of that spending is actually going to these categories. And the one, like, if you would have asked me what was causing me to have less money for the month, I would have told you it was dining out, it was groceries, definitely the coffee. Like, I'm still kind of like, holy cow, man, you spend $100 on coffee a month. But, um, this number doesn't even compare to this down here. This is the personal stuff, okay? So, this is stuff like I need it. Okay, this is gonna give me a house, right? I need this because it gives me transportation to go to the job to make the money to pay the stuff, right? Technically, you need the food. I don't really need the dining out, but you know, like you're gonna need food to live. Don't really need $100 worth of coffee, but again, you know, food is food. Bert, of course, he gets anything, but I mean, the little guy was only $66, right? Um, Medical again is only 71. Personal. The things that I'm categorizing as that they make my life a little bit more special, that they make each day a little bit more you know, enjoyable. $676. I spent more on personal things than I did for the actual place I live in. To me, um it should not be, okay? Like, this should definitely be lower than this. So, if I had to pick one thing, one category that I need to focus on, it would definitely be the personal. So, I mean, that's, I would have told you it was the food, which, I mean, I could always cut back on that. But, I mean, I'm gonna say we're gonna cut back on this first. So, I just wanted to take these numbers a little bit more further. So again, I took up, you know, I just added them all up. It gave me the 2,982, and each of these totals here, I just divided it in to get the percentage. And it's like, okay, 21% of what I'm spending goes to the home. Okay, I can live with that. 7% actually still not that bad. Like, yeah, I'm not used to paying for gas. Again, I was using the Giant Eagle program, and they pretty much revamped it, and it sucks now. The new one sucks. But, I mean, like, last year's total probably would have been like 1 or 2% for gas. Yeah, we're up to a 7, so it has increased, but again, it's still not that bad. The food is 12. Bird, of course, is a 2. And that's where we get to the personal. It's a 23%. 23% of what I'm bringing in every month is going into things that I'm telling myself that, like, ooh, that'd be nice to have, and ooh, that's gonna make today better. And it's like, okay, do you really need that stuff? Like, what is it? Self care and wants is 256. Like, I could definitely take that down to 100. I mean, if my coffee's 100, that could definitely be 100. Um, excuse me. And again, I told you I can't laugh. Okay, and no laughing involved. Normally, this is when I'd be going ha ha ha, but I can't. So sorry if I sound crazy here. But this is how I've been using these sheets, and this guy's right here. This was an eye opener here. Now, since I have all of this info here, I am no longer going to need these, and this is why I love that they're Post-it notes, because now I don't need them. See, they can go bye-byes. And this, I am going to figure out a way of keeping these back here somewhere. I kind of wish I had a pocket, but I don't. But I'm just going to keep him safely tucked away back there for now. And where? Okay, so that means we would have left off here. So that's where I'm getting my figures and numbers at from here. Is it's like, okay, so after reviewing all of this, it's definitely like, yes, I did overspend, definitely. I did catch it midway. I did get it to decrease, but it's literally the personal spending of where I'm just like, holy God, like you gotta, I mean, I'm aware of it now, so that's definitely good, and hopefully with that awareness, it means that I'm a little bit more mindful when I go to make purchases. So that gets us into February. And again, the same setup. I just have all the bills marked. This time around, the ones that are optional are in the darker color. I don't know why. Sometimes I swap. I just this month I decided that the optionals are going to be red instead of pink. Okay. Um, so we've gotten all the bills taken care of for this month. Oh, guys, you wait until you see what happens. So, we can see, January pretty much ended off on a good note, right? Like, everything was going swimmingly well. It's like, holy God, you're making extra payments and all this wonderful stuff. And, yeah, first day. Hello, February. This is when I got sick. So, yay! I make crappy choices when I'm sick, too. And the other thing that I'm kind of nervous about is with February being a shorter month, it seems to be my toughest month because you're squeezing all of those bills into, and I know it's only like a 3 or 4 day difference, give or take. Um, yeah, that it's like half a week if you really think about it. So, um, you're squeezing the same amount of funds in less days. So this is my toughest month, and I'm literally gonna take it day by day. Okay, so we handled the rent funds again. I keep my rent funds in a savings account. And then, of course, Ray pays half of it, so we just split that. Health insurance came out, of course, it's first day of the month. I do get cleaning funds from Ray, so I did take the remainder of the January and threw them in there. And I mean, that's about all the excitement we got going on Thursday. Friday was a this was a great day. So yeah, checked the mailbox before work, saw that it was a letter from the student loan company, but I was like, it's just the invoice, didn't think nothing of it. So I opened it up later on. Yeah, hey, guess what? I never had Mohella on my, it wasn't on here. I completely forgot to put it on my January list. It probably would have been right around here. Shame on me for not incorporating that. But the good news is it looks like there's no, like, penalty for missing the payment, so, I just went ahead and did a January payment and a February payment. But this would have been $40 that I wasn't thinking of back when I made that $255 payment. So, yeah, this means that we're gonna be squeezing, okay? So this is the difference of like a $40 payment can make whenever you are trying to use every penny, right? But the good news is again, it doesn't seem like there was any penalty. So, it looks like it's going well, and he's on the calendar now, that's for sure. I feel like such an idiot. And, okay, so Saturday, the cold really started kicking in. I thought that I was getting better on Friday, but it turns out that, it came back with a bam, so, yeah, definitely feeling sour, yesterday. And it seems like, which, okay, I'm gonna have to say, like, by today, I did change the remedy, but as of yesterday, Dayquil, NyQuil, all that happy stuff, nothing was touching it. And I learned that there's people who boil lemonade. You boil lemonade and you add some honey to it, and I don't know what is in that, but it works, okay? And Starbucks does have a drink, the medicine ball thing. And that's kind of how I learned about it. But yeah, like 10-15 minutes after drinking that thing, it's every which I'm sorry guys, but like every boogie gone, okay? I don't know what it does, but it just dries it all up, and then you can breathe out of your nose. There's no more coughing. It's magical. So I was like, holy crap, I need to learn how to make this at home. So, of course, I went and got one so that I could actually walk into the store like a human being. And, yeah, I picked up supplies. I probably purchased more than what I should have. I got two of every ingredient. I really only needed one, so it should have only been about $13, $14, but of course I went overboard. Um, and of course picked up some groceries while I was there. I shouldn't have picked up the groceries because if you remember, I spent like 111 the last time, and I was like, that's for 2 weeks. Yeah, yeah. So I bought again. Yeah, but I mean, gosh, I'm sick. I am sick. It's not really an excuse, but you don't really make the best decisions when you're sick, do you? And here's another one of those little post-it notes here. So you can see that as these things are going, I literally just take this and I move it to the next day so that I can write down my categories so I know what's going on. And of course, this is Sunday, so nothing major going on. The only thing that I'm disappointed about, but then again, we can see like Mohella kind of took it from us here, because remember that was 40, so I should have 70 here, which would have been well enough to give me the 50 for the extra. But it's like, it doesn't make me angry a little bit, yeah, because you know I would like to keep chipping away at that. But you know, I'm just putting this in the back while we're here. But it's I mean, I did do the 255 last week, so maybe I can get that extra 50. I can squeeze that out next week so that I can continue, you know, with the payments that I'm supposed to be making. But with only 30 in there right now, and I mean, I still got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, we're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna take that gamble, and that's where we're going to leave that. We are, like I said, last year I would have been ballsy and I would have been like, yeah, we're doing it. I'll take it out of the savings. No, not this year. I've learned my lesson from last year. So there was always a chance to make that $50. So I did exit out for there, and when I am able to make that additional one, I will just write in the date over here. Okay, no big deal. We still got a whole month. We're not going to try to break ourselves just for 4 days here. So I can live with it. So that's it, guys. That's really that's all the review that I got. Like I said, you know, more magic stuff happens this Friday, because that's whenever we could start making more payments, maybe filling in that detritus a little bit. And that's how I'm rolling for this year. So like I said, once I'm done using these for the week, they just go in the back of the book like that. I am going to try to figure out what to do with those there. And let's see here, see? And then I already have them pre-made. They're on the weeks where I'm going to need them. And then next week's is ready to go as well. So that's it. That's how we're rolling with the budget planner. That's the progress that I've made so far. In one way, yeah, it's a lot of progress. In another way, it's like I could be doing more. Time will tell. Time will definitely tell. Budgeting's one of those things that it's not instant. So I think this is a great place to close out and say thank you so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. And please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more budget reviews.